For rural youth, a farm is a wonderful place to live and work, full of fun and learning opportunities. The average family farm is a unique place, as the family and the farming operation exist together. The entire family, from toddler to grandparent, face common hazards on a working farm. Farming operations use a wide variety of heavy machinery which can entangle, pinch, cut, or crush. A farm may include any number of different types and sizes of livestock, many of which can crush, kick, bite, trample, or charge. There are often a variety of chemicals and toxic environments on the farm. Chemicals can be ingested or absorbed, and gases can be inhaled. Many farms have unusual and high-rise structures where falling, suffocation, and asphyxiation are possible. Farms may be in remote locations, making an emergency much more challenging. Preparation and planning are important in managing some unavoidable farm risks and in recognizing and avoiding others. Most farms will have a house or residence, a farmyard, a farm shop, a variety of equipment and machinery being fueled in the farmyard, repaired in the farm shop, or working and moving between fields and yards. And various types of livestock requiring herding and handling, feeding, housing, or treating. How can planning and preparation reduce risks in each of these areas or activities? All areas of your farming operation should be included in an annual farm safety walkabout. Walkabout is an Australian term for a walk or trip of discovery. On this discovery walkabout, we will be identifying hazards and finding effective ways of managing risks. Doing a walkabout annually will help identify new risks and will also be a good review of ongoing hazards. So let's begin our safety walkabout in the farmhouse. Do all members of your family know if there are areas and items in the house that they should avoid or at least be aware of? The risks identified in each home will be unique, as will how each family chooses to deal with them. But planning and preparation will help every farm family effectively manage the risks they identify in their home. Here are a few suggestions. First, there should be a list of emergency phone numbers by each phone in the home. The farm's legal land description should be also posted by each phone. Provide specific kilometers and road names or range road numbers when possible. GPS coordinates may be useful too. This magnet or something like it should give a permanent place for all this information to be instantly available to anyone in the home. Acting in an emergency is very difficult, especially when injury of a family member is involved. Using a disconnected phone, have all members of the family practice dialing and asking for emergency help, giving their name and their parents' names also.
Our directions to our farm is half-mile north on Pioneer Trail.
Then, reading from the posted information, have them provide land location and directions to the farm.
This is Maddie LeClaire. My little brother just got kicked by a horse.
Have family members practice giving a brief description of what has happened, describing what the emergency is. Practicing like this will make it easier to act while coping with the emotions a real emergency would bring. The house should be the communication hub for the farm, whether through speaking face-to-face, using mobile phones or radios, or leaving written notes. Family policy should be that all members routinely check in so others know where they are and when they can be expected to return. Young children on the farm should always let a responsible adult know where they're going, what they will be doing, who they're with, and when they will return. Youth on the farm should also let a parent know where they're going, what they'll be doing, who they're with, and when they will return. Family members and other adults on the farm should remember to let each other know where they're going, what they will be doing, who they're with, and when they're planning on returning. Mobile phones and radios make communicating anywhere on the farm possible. Farm work is often done in isolation. There can be a long delay before an injured person is found if regular communication and scheduled check-ins are not part of a family's safety procedure. What else can we do to plan and prepare to manage risks in the house? Training in first aid and CPR are important no matter where you are. St. John's Ambulance offers this training. Call their provincial office at 1-800-665-7114 for detailed information. Having the first aid supplies on hand that might be needed in an emergency is also very important. Here's a basic list for a well-equipped emergency first aid kit for a rural home. A first aid manual is nice to have as a reference if needed. It's easy to forget things when under stress. Flares and waterproof matches. A flashlight. The following are dressing supplies to include in your home first aid kit. A number of 2 and 4-inch sterile compresses. Gauze roller bandages, 1, 2, and 6-inch. Adhesive tape in assorted width. Triangular bandages with 36-inch sides. Tongue depressors. Heavy-duty scissors to cut clothing. Bandage scissors. Splints in a number of lengths, 1/4 inch by 3, 12, and 15 inches. Chemical ice packs. Other useful items. Bottled water. Tweezers. Safety pins, various sizes. Pocket mask for resuscitation. Blanket. Tensor bandages with holding clips attached, a variety. Sports drinks like Gatorade. The following should be included in an amputation preservation kit. A large plastic garbage bag, 4 tall plastic kitchen bags, 4 bread loaf plastic bags, 4 plastic sandwich bags. A pesticide poison first aid kit should also be available and should include a package of activated charcoal, 2 1-quart containers of clean water, tongue depressors to stir or cause gagging, small bottle of liquid detergent, mild solution induces gagging, 2 small plastic empty jars with tight-fitting lids to mix, a can of evaporated milk, a can opener attached to the can with a rubber band, a blanket for treating shock, disposable rubber gloves and goggles. Add any items to these first aid kits that are related to potential injuries, specific to your home or farming operation. Kits can be stored in a nylon travel or sports bag or in a plastic tub. It may be helpful to store similar kit items like dressing supplies or flares and matches in labeled small plastic bags or containers. Everyone in the family should know where all first aid kits are located. Periodic checks of your first aid kits are a good idea to make sure that they are still ready in case of an emergency. Preparation and training are the best ways to manage any situation where first aid might be needed. Doing a safety walkabout annually will help identify new risks and will be a good review of long-term hazards. What are other areas where planning and preparation would help to manage risk in the house? What about a fire? Are you prepared? Do you have a plan? Fire is fast. In less than 30 seconds, a small flame can get completely out of control and turn into a major fire. It takes only minutes for a house to fill with thick black smoke and become engulfed in flames. Fire is hot. While temperatures in a fire can be 40 degrees Celsius at floor level, they can rise to over 300 degrees Celsius at eye level. This super hot air will scorch your lungs. In 5 minutes, a room can get so hot that everything in it ignites at once. This is called flashover. Fire is dark. Fire starts out bright, but quickly produces thick black smoke and complete darkness. If you wake up to a fire, you may be blinded and disoriented, unable to find your way out of the house you've lived in for years. Fire is deadly. Fire uses up the oxygen you need and produces smoke and poisonous gases that kill. Smoke and toxic gases kill more people than flames do. After just 2 or 3 breaths of toxic smoke, you are unconscious. Your lungs fill up and you can't breathe, just like drowning. It's obvious that in the event of a fire, every second counts. So what should every home have in place to manage fire risk? First, fire extinguishers. A fire extinguisher is a device used to put out small fires in their early stages. The fire must be contained and no larger than the size of a wastebasket. If there's even the slightest doubt about whether or not to use an extinguisher to fight a fire, don't. Instead, get out and call the fire department. There should be a fire extinguisher on each level of the house. Hang fire extinguishers using wall brackets, no higher than 5 feet off the ground. Homes should use dry chemical multi-purpose ABC extinguishers. What does ABC mean? Just remember this rule of thumb. A is for ashes. Ash fires are wood, cloth, hay, straw, or any material that will burn to an ash. B is for barrels. Barrel fires are paints, petroleum products, and other flammable liquids. C is for current. Current fires are motors, engines, electrical, etc. Dry chemical fire extinguishers are a common choice for home use. They discharge for approximately 2 seconds for each pound of dry chemical in the extinguisher, so a 10-pound extinguisher can be expected to discharge for about 20 seconds. Every so often, a dry chemical extinguisher should be turned upside down and the bottom tapped to loosen the powders stored in them. Everyone in the house over the age of 12 should be trained in the use of the extinguisher. So a fire starts. It's quite small and you feel you can put it out using your ABC fire extinguisher. How do you actually do it? First, pull the pin at the top of the extinguisher that keeps the handle from being accidentally pressed. Second, aim the nozzle towards the base of the fire, not directly into the flame. Aim away from yourself and from others, upwind if possible. Third, squeeze the handle to discharge the extinguishing agent. If you release the handle, the discharge will stop. Fourth, sweep the nozzle from side to side while carefully moving toward the fire. Never turn your back on the fire, even if it looks like it's out. Wait to make sure. So what else should every home have in place to manage fire risk? Smoke detectors. Smoke detectors sense abnormal amount of smoke or invisible combustion gases in the air. They can detect both smoldering and burning flames.
Carbon monoxide, monoxide de carbone.
At least one smoke detector should be installed on every level of your house. Check smoke detectors once each month and change batteries at least once a year. Fire extinguishers and smoke detectors are extremely important, but there's something else you cannot forget. Most fires occur in the home when people are asleep. Often people panic in this situation because they're not sure what to do. If your family plans and prepares, there's no need to panic. First, make a fire escape plan. Begin by drawing up the floor plan of your home showing the inside walls, rooms, doors, and windows. Plan 2 ways out of every room so that if the first way is blocked by smoke or fire, you can use the second. Make sure all doors and windows that might be needed as escape routes open easily. Plan a safe waiting place where everyone in the family knows to meet. Plan to call the fire department from a neighbor's house. All family members should agree to never go back into a burning house. Once your family escape plan is made, practice escaping from every room in your home. The secondary escape route might be a window where a ladder would be needed. Needed ladders should be permanently mounted and ready for use. Practice how to escape through the window, feet first, either extending and dropping to the ground or climbing onto the ladder. Ideally, fire escape plans should be practiced once each month to keep them fresh in everyone's mind. Make sure they happen at least twice a year. Since smoke can quickly fill a house, making it difficult to see, it would be good practice to try feeling your way out of the house with your eyes closed to simulate being blinded by thick smoke. A couple of other things for your family to think about. Sleeping with bedroom doors closed will keep deadly heat and smoke out of bedrooms, giving you additional time to escape. If someone in the family is a very deep sleeper, difficult to wake up, it might be a good idea to keep a whistle in each bedroom. The shrill sound may be needed to alert them and others if smoke is very thick and you cannot get to their room. In families with infants or very small children, plans should include assignments about who's responsible for each. Small children should be included in family fire preparations. They should be taught not to hide from firefighters. Practicing the safest way to leave a burning structure is also important. Stay low. If you're in bed, roll right onto the floor. Do not stand up. While temperatures in a fire can be 40 degrees Celsius at floor level, they can rise to over 300 degrees Celsius at eye level. This super hot air will scorch your lungs. Try to keep your mouth covered. Remember, after just 2 or 3 breaths of toxic smoke, you can become unconscious. Don't waste time getting dressed or looking for stuff. Remember, it takes only a minute for a house to fill with thick black smoke and become engulfed in flames. Touch each door before you open it. Use the back of your hand to feel the doorknob and the crack between the door and the door frame. If it is hot, there's a fire on the other side. You would be smarter to use your secondary escape route. If you do go through a door, make sure to close it behind you. Closed doors slow down the flow of oxygen to the fire, giving you added time to escape. Once outside, go to your family's designated meeting place. On average, a home will burn every 55 minutes in Canada, and someone dies in a home fire every 35 hours. Planning and regular scheduled practice are the best ways to manage fire risks in your home.